Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now. Since it is a freaking Arctic tundra outside and it's supposed to be spring like very soon, I'm just like really wishing it was warmer. So I've been really doing a lot more warmer looks with my makeup, and so I wanted to do something that was kind of warm, more spring-like, and kind of tied in a pop of color. So this look I feel like could be used as like a transitioning into warmer weather kind of look. It's like not too springy in your face with like bold, well I mean it does have a bold pop of color, but it's not too much, it's not too inappropriate for the winter time or the colder months, but it definitely sends the message that you are ready for spring. So in this look, we are going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette by Morphe brushes, and I know it's sold out, but I just watched a Jaclyn Hill video and she said that in a few weeks they're going to be restocking and relaunching the palette, so you can get your hands on it in a few weeks. And then also, if you just want to click the link down below, I'll leave it so that you guys can just pick up the eyeshadows individually if you rather do that. It is more expensive, but I mean the shadows are only $2 each anyway, so I feel like it's really not that bad. Another thing that we'll be using in this video is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I just picked this up today, so this is the first time I'm wearing it on my skin. And I don't know, it's not as luminous as I thought it would be, but to be honest, my skin is very dehydrated today because I'm a little bit hungover. And note to self, don't do an Oscars drinking party if you've only seen 2 of the nominated movies. Bad idea, Ashley. Very bad idea. So yeah, my skin is really not its best today because I drank so much last night. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this foundation yet. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'll probably end up doing a review after I like give this a fair chance. So give this video a thumbs up if you want to see that. But yeah, I'm not going to ramble on too much longer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And without further ado, let's just jump right into the look. Hey ladies, so we're starting off with our brows on and our lids already primed, and then we're going to jump into this gorgeous Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette from Morphe brushes. The first shade we're going to take is this kind of tangerine, kind of pinky orange color, and we're going to put that on a Sigma E35, and we're going to use this as our transition color. Because we are doing that pop of color on the lower lash line, I figured that we should make our transition color just a little bit more bright, a little less neutral, just more of a like brighter color in that crease, just to kind of tie in the whole pop of color theme. After that, we're going to take this really beautiful kind of orange brick color. I don't really know how to describe this, but it's just a beautiful orange, and we're going to put that in the crease with this diffused crease brush, and I'm really building up the shade because we want that top lid to be very orange, because I don't know, it's just a very big trend this spring, and I am obviously digging it because you guys know I love my warm shadows. So I'm really going to build this up in the crease, give some depth and some shadow in that crease, and then also just build up that orange color, and make sure that you're buffing this out as much as possible because you want it to be as blown out as possible. Now we're going to take this shimmery orange shade right below that other one we used, and we're going to put this on a concealer brush or any flat shader brush, and you're just going to pop this all over the lid. This is one of my favorite colors in this palette, and I think it is absolutely perfect for the upcoming spring and summer. I know I'm going to be wearing this color so much in those warmer seasons. But yeah, we're just going to pop this on the lid, and oh my god, isn't it gorgeous? I feel like this look specifically is going to be gorgeous on blue eyes. So if you have blue eyes, definitely try this one out because it is just going to make those blue eyes pop out of your face. That sounds weird, but it's going to make them look really good. But yeah, I went back in with that matte orange color just to deepen up that crease and blend everything nicely together. Now I'm taking these 2 highlight shades, mixing them, and popping that under the brow bone or on the brow bone to highlight. You could do a matte highlight or a shimmer highlight, but this palette only has shimmery ones, so I went with that. Now to move on for the face, we're going to use the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer as usual, because this is just my favorite primer ever, and it just makes your skin so nice and smooth and makes your foundation glide on, and it really is the best thing I've ever used to hide my pores. If you have problems with pores, definitely try it out. So now we're going to jump into the foundation. This is Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I've heard so much hype about it, and I was definitely intrigued to try it. I got the shade number 5, and I'm putting this all over my skin with a damp beauty blender. I have tried it with a brush. I tried it actually this morning with a brush, and I didn't really like it. I think the best way to apply this foundation is going to be the beauty blender, but you might tell me different. I just love the beauty blender over any other brush for my foundation anyway, especially in the winter when my skin is dry. But yeah, I'm just putting this all over my skin. It is definitely like a light to medium coverage. But I did build it up a little bit because I needed some extra coverage, but I did actually end up having to go over with some concealer. But I guess if you don't have problem skin areas on your face, then that's okay. But yeah, I am actually liking it. I wore it again today, and I was a little bit more luminous. I liked it a lot. But I did go back in with some concealer and just spot concealed some blemishes. And then I'm taking the Maybelline Master Conceal and this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, and I'm putting that Master Conceal down first to really highlight and conceal. And then I'm going to take that Ready Set Gorgeous concealer because it's very, very, very fair. I'm just going to pop that on top for like an extra boost of highlight on top of where I put that concealer everywhere else. And then I'm just going to blend it all out with my damp beauty blender as usual because I literally can't find a brush that blends out my concealer as good as a beauty blender. I don't know how people do it with a brush. And then as usual, I'm going to take these 2 shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and just set my concealer. I'm very, very, very interested in trying new contour kits because I do like my Anastasia one, but I feel like it could be so much better. So if you've tried either the NYX one or the new Kat Von D one or any new contour palettes and you like the highlighting shades or just the powders better than the Anastasia one, let me know. So I'm going to use the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Medium on this big dual fiber brush, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze the skin. This is a spring makeup tutorial, so we want to add some color and some shape back into that face. So I'm going all around the forehead, on the cheekbones, kind of under the cheekbones, and then also on top to kind of give more warmth to the skin, and then also around the jawline, down the neck, everywhere we usually bronze because we do want to add some color back into the skin. Then I went in with that same bronzer, but this time on a flat contour brush from Real Techniques, and I just went ahead and kind of deepened up those contour lines on my cheekbones and around my nose just to kind of slim out the face a little bit better. And then I'm going to go in with, I think this is Infatuation. It's either Infatuation or Innocence. I think it's Infatuation. But yeah, this is a Makeup Geek blush. It is so beautiful and so perfect for this look. It's like the most beautiful terracotta shade, and it blends into your bronzer so perfectly, and I can already tell this is going to be my #1 blush this spring and summer. And then after that, I'm going to take Moonlight Pearls Elf Baked Highlighter, which is one of my absolute favorites, and I'm just going to pop that on all the places we usually highlight. This is literally one of the most metallic, kind of like most pigmented highlighters ever in the world. If you guys haven't tried these Elf Baked highlighters yet, I definitely recommend them. They're some of my favorites, both for drugstore and high-end. They're just amazing. So now we're going to move back to the eyes. I'm going to take this Stila smudge stick. I can't remember the name, but it will be listed down below, but it's a lime, or it's like a mint color. I didn't have a kind of aqua blue like the color we were using for the pigment, but I figured this is close enough to tie into it. But obviously if you have something closer to the pop of color, then use that. You can honestly do any pop of color that you want. If you don't want to do blue, you can do purple, you can do green, you can do anything you want. But we're going to take Max High Def Cyan pigment. I'm going to put that on a small smudger brush and press that right over where we put that eyeliner, and it's going to make sure that that pigment pops and also stays in place. That's why we put that liner down first as a base, so that everything stays put and also just makes it look so much more pigmented. So we're basically pressing that pigment right on top of that liner, and you can already tell how bright and beautiful it is. If you don't want this pop of color, you could just go in with those same colors that we used on the top lid and it would be a gorgeous orange eye, but I just love a bright turquoise or a bright kind of aqua blue on the lower lash line. It's one of my favorite looks to do like in my entire life. So yeah, then I took this pencil brush from Real Techniques and I just went ahead and buffed the hell out of that because it is such a stark color that we need to buff it out.
Then I went in with that highlight shade, that first one in the palette, and just went ahead and highlighted the inner corner of my eye quickly. And then I went ahead and applied mascara and lashes. These are the 747Ls from Creme. And to move on to the lips, we're going to take NYX Rose Brown Lip Liner because, let's be real, I can't use anything but this. It's really an issue. I need to find a new lip liner. Actually, no, I don't. This one's perfect. You can use it for literally any lip color you ever use. If you don't have this already, you need it in your life. I promise you, it is the best lip liner you'll ever buy, ever. Then we're going to take ColourPop in Bound. This is their lippy sticks in Bound. And I'm going to pop that on top of the lips. As you can see, they are very, very pigmented and very, very creamy. That is my phone ringing, sorry. And then we're going to pop that on top of the lips, but it was a little bit too pink for me, so then I took ColourPop lippy sticks in BFF, which is more of an orange, like a peachy neutral, and I popped that on top. And once you do that, you're basically done with the look. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, ladies, that's basically it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Remember to thumbs this video up if you want to see a full review on this foundation, because I know it gets a lot of hype and it's very expensive. So if you want to hear my thoughts on it, give this video a thumbs up so I can get that in the works for you. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you're not already, because it means the world to me and you can stay up to date with all of my videos. My parents are watching Interstellar in the other room, so it's like very loud out there, but that movie is so worth it. Like, so worth the noise. It is so good. Leave me comments down below letting me know what other kind of spring makeup tutorials you want to see coming up. I love you so much. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.